Hi, good evening. I'm Veronica. Did you hear me by name? I'm your marriage consultant and counselor, and tonight I'll be talking about dealing with stepchildren. You see, I've heard a lot of complaints from spouses and even from my own clients about this topic. Some complain about lack of respect from their stepchildren. Some complain about this bond that exists between their new partner and the children from the previous marriage, and some complain about this inability to love on their own side. And based on the feedback I've been receiving since I've been talking about this topic, I've heard some people talk about, don't I think I am promoting divorce? And that is not true. I am not a promoter of divorce. Either you like it or not, divorce happens because people go into marriage for different wrong reasons. But there is a need to talk about this because the children from the broken homes are most affected by the carelessness and the mistakes of their parents. So there is a need for this. And it is important to let you know or to remind you that divorce is not the only factor that warrants remarriage. Death is another factor. And death is something that no one can affect, no one can change. Okay? You have no power over death. It happens. Would you say because you are not a party of divorce or death or remarriage that people shouldn't remarry? Remember that one of the reasons for marriage is to avoid fornication and for companionship. Now, I want you to remember as well that there will always be a sexual need on the part of the bereaved. Someone whose husband or whose wife just died will always, there will be this craving for sex. So instead of fornicating, moving from one man to another man, or one from one woman to another woman, is it not better to just remarry? Of course, yes. So dealing with stepchildren is a topic that is timely and apt at this moment. Now, it is not just the responsibility of a man or a woman in marriage. And I'm going to be breaking it down, looking at the topic from different aspects, from different angles. Now, from the first angle I'm going to take it is, when remarriage happens, it could be that the man is the one with a previous marriage, or the woman. But for this session, let's take a man from a previous marriage with kids. Now, it is not just the responsibility of your new wife, but yours also. You have a responsibility. There are expectations from you as well, and one of it is you must try as much as possible to trust your new wife, to entrust your new wife with your children. All right, you must try as much as possible to entrust. There are some husbands that set this line: this is my thing, this is your thing, these are your children, this is my children. Let's handle. No, it doesn't work like that. Doing that, creating this boundary or this separate lines, we stir up strife between your new spouse, your new wife, and your children, and this is not what you want. Okay, this is not what you want. So avoid being overprotective over your children against your wife, against your new. Not be secretive. So let her know whatever she needs to know, the health status of your child or your children, everything she needs to know as a mother. Let her know, and then summon the courage to place her in that position of your previous wife. Summon that courage to position her in the place of your previous wife. This will help you a lot. And you need to heal up. You understand? You have to be considerate of your new wife. Understand that she is human being as well, regardless of what you've gone through. I know it will take a while for you to forget about the memories of the past and all, but try as much as possible to do the needful. And also encourage your own children, make them feel comfortable around the woman you have chosen to marry. Let love lead. Okay, I'm coming back to the man. Let me quickly go to the woman. You see, I've seen a lot of women say it is so, it looks so difficult to accept these children. They are not just lovely, they're not just respectful. Okay, tonight I have some words for you. And one of the words I have for you is Like the complaints I've been receiving, that the bond between a man and his children, of course you have to understand that someone whose wife has just died, we want to pour out this love he has for his wife over his children. You have to understand that. You need understanding to make it work. You need enough understanding to make that marriage work. You have to understand, you have to have understanding, and let love lead. It will take a while for the man to heal up, okay? It will take a man for the wife to take a while for the man to heal up, and for him to forget about those memories. Imagine, even you could be married before, or just getting married for the first time. Someone you've spent your life with, someone you've done so many things together, just died like that. It won't be easy, and you need to understand. And for you to have said, okay, you want to marry this person despite all that has happened, that means you love the person. So let love lead. All that belongs to him, you must see them as your own. The amount of love you have for your husband, try as much as possible to pour out that love upon his children and all that he's got. Okay? And for the excessive bond, okay, I hope you should understand that by now. The reasons why and it takes time. It's just for you, you can't change hatred with hatred. It takes love. Make those children comfortable. They may not open up, they may not, free themselves and, try to accept you as their mother at first. It takes a while. But keep loving. I've seen it work over and over again. It works. Keep loving. Treat them like your own. Even if you don't have your children yet, even though you don't have a child of your own yet, treat those children or that child like your own. Regardless of what that child is doing, regardless of all that those children are doing, try to love them. Keep loving them. Care for them. Talk to them like your own. Discuss with them. Spend time with them. It takes a while. And definitely you will get the results. You need enough patience. You need love, and you need prayer. Keep praying for them, and keep praying for your own spouse, that God should heal him up, and pray for those children. There is nothing prayer cannot do. Keep caring, keep loving them. Okay? And then another thing I want you to know is, see it as a test. I've seen some cruel people out there, really cruel wife. They treat these children that doesn't belong to them. They treat those kids like as I can't even say. They are so cruel. I want you to remember that life is a test and a trust. Those children are tests and trusts to you, and God is watching you. You may have your own, and the children of your own husband, that means the stepchildren, and you are creating this line in between them. This is what belongs to you, this is what belongs to me. And there are some people out there that when the man is around, they try to care for the children, they shower them love. But when the man is out, there's something else. God is watching you. I know it may be difficult. That is why I am here to remind you what God says and the acceptable way to treat those children. Life is a test, life is a trust. The position you are just occupying is a test and a trust. You give account of it. And then you need to take it like, you need to remember that God is not a God of partiality. God treats everyone as the same. Maybe you have this difficulty, treating those children like your own. I want you to remember the love, how God, grafted the Gentiles into the body of God. That is so sweet. Okay, that's Galatians. The book of Galatians talks about that. There are some people with unbelief. God called those branches of the believer, the Jews, and grafted in the Gentiles, and that is why you and I are partaker of the grace of God, of the love of Christ. So if God can do that, you can actually emulate that. Grafting those that doesn't belong to you. We don't deserve the love we receive from God. We don't deserve it. We never work for it, yet He loved us. Okay? And that is the grace we are enjoying today. So try to be like God. You have the grace. You have the help of the Spirit. to take in, to graft in those children that doesn't belong to you, to graft them in as your own, into that root, into that own body. See them as your own, treat them like your own, just like God did to the Gentiles. You don't deserve the love, but he gave it to you. Those children may not even deserve your love, but give it to them no matter what. Okay, there are times that you were far off and you do your things the way you like it, yet Christ love you, yet God love you, and with time you are able to to yield and to love him back, to be passionate about God and things of God. So this means when you give love, you continuously give love regardless of what the other person is doing. You have the hope of getting the best out of the person. So remember that, and do everything with fear and trembling. Even if no one is watching you, God is watching you. Treat those children with love. You never can tell what tomorrow will say. Tomorrow is what no one can actually talk about. You don't know what can happen tomorrow. You don't know the position those children, position are precarious. Anything can happen. You don't know where those children will be, and you don't know where your own children will be. Okay, at some point of my life, I've had this opportunity. It's a journey that I really love, to have the taste of a good woman and a taste of another bad woman. And I know how, even with the help of God, I've been able to forgive, but I know how I feel towards these two persons today. Okay, so there is a lot expected of you. There is a lot of expected of you, and you don't even know what tomorrow may say. You don't know what tomorrow holds. So you have to do everything with fear and trembling. Be careful with your words. Your words can break the spirit of those children. Your careless words, the Bible says, all your careless words, you will give account of them. There are words you say to some people that you just break their spirit, and you make them feel like they cannot amount to something. God says it is high time you change your way. Okay? It is high time you change your way. Unnecessary jokes is not important. You don't need unnecessary jokes. It's just easy. Just treat those children like your own. Just treat those children like your own. And for the sake of this session, I want to remind you, dear woman, what the Bible says, even in the book of Proverbs 17:5. It talks about mocking the poor. It talks about, mocking the poor, afflicting and oppressing the poor. Those children, I'm talking about the kids now, in the category of children who cannot even make decisions for themselves. And to you that a man has entrusted his children with, and you are treating them anyhow, God is watching you, and God says he will repay you. He will repay you. It may be difficult actually, but I encourage you to love them as your own. Look at what is happening today. Look at the streets. Look at children causing nuisance. If you make your research, you will see that most of these children are from broken homes. Most of these children are vulnerable and susceptible to substances, and a lot of things because of lack of love. When you make them feel unloved, when you don't give them the care and the love they need, even when God has put you in that position as a woman to do that, you tend to make them drift away from the way of God, and they are absorbed by another system, ungodly system, that tend to give them this kind of love, fake love. It appears to be love, but in reality it is not love. So they say, take this substance. When you take it, you forget about your sorrow. Do this, just do this. If you can't get love, you need something, you can't get it, then you can use what you have to get what you want. And before you know it, they are going deeper and deeper in sin. Even if anyone would fall, you shouldn't be the reason why anyone would fall. You will give account of it. So tonight, for this session, we have treated dealing with stepchildren from the angle of death, and where the man is the bereaved. That is, the man is the one getting married to another woman with children from the previous marriage. So we've discussed that tonight. In case you have any question, do not hesitate to drop it in the comment section. Thank you very much.